I wanted to talk about my notes that I missed from the other day. I keep notes. I make notes. So does every newscasting station in the world and every video editor that's very successful in the world and every television program and producer and entertainers and actors and actresses, they all take notes. So my notes are a little different than their notes, but notes on notes, and today's notes regard the big cabin and the Barry Jordan. And the benefits of being in detention have been very much noticed. We wish Barry Jordan the best of health. And in fact, all can see that Barry is gaining weight. All can see that Barry Jordan he stopped smoking. He now has free rent in the Philippines, in the beautiful Philippines. Happy New Year, mate, from the Boxing Kangaroo. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Boxing Kangaroo. That's a name that no one can ever forget. I'll remember that, the Boxing Kangaroo, because I just watched a video of a kangaroo and a kangaroo. The guy owned a kangaroo, but they were playing around. The freaking kangaroos are very strong animals. They're very, very strong, and the man was explaining that if the kangaroo decided or tried to hurt him, the kangaroo definitely has the ability to hurt the man. Even though it was the owner, it was going easy on the owner. That was interesting. So I got to find my notes. This book here is a different book. This is my bill book. My bills, I paid all my bills yesterday. Okay, so we have, where are my notes? There's 14 notes around here somewhere. No, that's a different book. I got 3 books that are yellow. And where are my notes? Here are the big Kev notes. Hello from, hey, I got the finger and I got a red face. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Mazda 9, is Barry posting? I'd like to see how he looks. He is making comments, but I don't think he's posting. Not with his face in the videos. I think they stopped them. I think they stopped. But I saw him. He's got a different name. I forgot the name that he's posting under. He's still pissing off his adversary, though. He's still making comments, and according to his adversary, he still hasn't learned his lesson. So, Barry, there's no way to make you understand. To go back and, what's new, says Mazda. There's no way to make you understand that the more you piss him off, the more he's going to go after you. You keep thinking that somehow that they're going to just cut you loose, and that's possible, Barry. I hope that happens. I really do hope that happens, but I don't think it's going to happen. And what I do know for a fact, Barry, and then you can take this for what it's worth, I've been telling you now going more than 3 years to not do what you're doing. You could go to some degree, it's okay, but what you were doing was, I think that was crossing the line. But that would be for the courts to decide if that even happened. But still antagonizing your adversary in the position that you're in, it's just wrong, dude. It's not, there's no way you're going to justify. Last week, I saw that your adversary was going to go to his lawyer's office and tell his lawyer to do something additional. I don't know what it was, because It's not me, so I don't remember every detail. But he said he was going to add something to his case, whatever that means. I don't know what it means, but I do know what it meant because you antagonized him again. Again, you antagonized, and it doesn't take much to antagonize him. And you're on the top of his to-do list. So today's show was really not about you and him, but it was about the benefits that you are now being graced with, Barry. You are being graced with benefits, even though you don't think they're beneficial to your situation. Oh, yeah, I remember what it was. You said that if you think it's bad now. if you think it's bad now, you said wait till I get back to the United States. I'm never going to stop. And that's what got you into the mess in the first place, saying that you were never going to stop and you were going to say something every day. So that day that you said that, he said he was going to his lawyer's office. Now, I don't know if he did or he didn't, and I don't care. Today's show is about how he has actually helped you become a more healthy human being physically, possibly mentally, probably mentally, definitely physically. And there are a lot of benefits to what happened to you since you've been put in detention, not jail. Barry Jordan is not in jail. He's in detention. Okay, you guys keep saying he's in jail. He's not in jail. If he was in jail, he would be in a locked up cell with no ability to do some of the things that he does. So stop saying Barry's in jail. He's not in jail. He's in detention. So basically, Barry, if you look at it from an objective point of view, that means from an outsider's point of view, you could actually thank Frank. Hey, that rhymes. Thank Frank. Thank Frank. Thank Frank. Thank Frank for your health improvements. And you're looking good, Barry. You're looking good. The cheekbones have filled out. You got a little bit of weight on your upper torso. You're actually looking human again. And I'm not being facetious. You were a skeleton of the man you are now. So you probably gained 30 pounds or 40 pounds. You're eating regular. You stopped smoking. Your cough went away. All that coughing and the mucus and the phlegm, that all went away. You can thank Frank. Thank Frank for that. He's actually helping you become a more healthy human being. And now, being that you do look as healthy as you do, it looks like you're going to get that dental work done, and I think they're going to plant new teeth. They're going to give you some lowers and uppers, so you'll be able to chew food. You're going to be like the epitome of health soon. You're going to be a contender for GQ magazine. I think that's going to happen. I'm not being a jerk about that. I think that if GQ had a division for people in detention, you could be a contender. GQ's detention division. Thank Frank. And all of this, Barry, all of this because you laughed when I was attacked. Just remember that. Is it still funny? Is it still funny? Do you still think it's funny? So, the boxing kangaroo. I take it Barry isn't a friend of mine. No, Barry, to answer your question, when I was attacked, Barry laughed about the attack. He said that he thought it was so funny, fell down on the floor laughing. So, no, he's not my friend at all. I've tried to help him, even though he's not my friend. I've tried to help him. Many people have tried to help him by giving him advice, but he doesn't take advice. But that doesn't mean I don't wish him well. Personally, I wish that he would have went to court 2 weeks ago, saw the judge. I don't know that pleading guilty is the right response. It seems to be what people believe is the right response. I don't know that that's the right response, pleading guilty. Considering that he has no lawyer, it is probably a higher percentage correct to plead guilty to all the charges. But that's just an opinion. There are many people that have that opinion because you don't have a lawyer. And there's a lot of reasons Barry doesn't have a lawyer. He collected the money for a lawyer 5, 6, 7, 8 times over, but he spent it foolishly. So he doesn't have a lawyer. So if maybe if you would have pled guilty and begged for the court's mercy, the mercy of the court, maybe they would have cut you a deal and then you would know what your future holds. But Barry, let me just explain this to you. You don't have to plead guilty because I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying that other people believe that you should plead guilty. What your adversary can do to you in this position that you're in, and you need to listen to this, Barry, you need to listen to what I'm going to say to you. He has the ability to not show up in court and cancel the next court appearance. And he said this. I'm not saying anything new. He said he can keep you there for years by not showing up for any kind of... Then the lawyer can also do that at least once each before the judge calls a mistrial or whatever they call that here. So if your adversary says he can't make it and your lawyer cancels, and then your lawyer cancels, you're talking about 9 months in between court hearings. So you canceled, and I understand why you didn't show up. I read the documents. You were handed a subpoena at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I read the documents, and the prison building that's holding you in detention, not jail, did not have enough time to process your paperwork to get you to court the next day. In other words, your release papers were not able to be processed in the short amount of time that they had. And you made a big thing about it. I'm not going to court. I don't have to go to court. I'm going to not go to... You say all you did was piss Frank off. And he believed that for a while until he probably got the papers, because I saw the papers. I knew about those papers before anybody else did, because it's easy enough to contact the court system and find out the information. But you made it sound like you're not going to go. I'm going to decide. You are just... You want to aggravate him. You're going to aggravate him, and you aggravate him, and then he got aggravated, and now he's more aggravated than before, and he was pretty aggravated before, so now he's more aggravated because you said it was you that decided not to go, and it wasn't you. It was the process to release you to go was not enough time. So you are still doing what it is that you shouldn't be doing to your adversary. And that is, you really need to stop that, because last week he said he's going to file another charge. We're not even... Okay, so... So Barry believes that, I don't know what Barry believes. I'm trying to give Barry some advice. Look, I don't know to plead guilty. I don't know to do that. I really don't know that you should do that. Or I just know that some people believe you should plead guilty. Don't take my word for it, because I'm confused as you are with this court system in the Philippines. A judge doesn't show up because of a family issue, and your case can be pushed back 3 more months. The way the lawyers decide to hear a case, like your adversary's lawyer, the judge can say, I am free on January 20th. Are you free? And that would be your adversary's lawyer. And your adversary's lawyer says, no, I'm not free, Your Honor. And then the next court hearing that the judge may have is January 27th. And the judge says, are you free on the 27th? No, sir, I'm not free. How about February 14th? Are you free on February 14th? No, sir. What about February 28th? And your adversary's lawyer can say, I'm not free that day either. Then the judge will just keep moving, going through his docket, how long he thinks the case is going to take to hear. In your case, guilty, not guilty, about 5 minutes. But he's going to go through his docket and see what day he has 5 or 10 minutes to listen to your case. So your adversary's lawyer can say, no, sir, I'm not free until March 16th. The Ides of March. And so your next hearing can be the next time your adversary's lawyer has time. And the judge has time on that day. And then so you're into this now. You could be into it for 2 more weeks, or you could be into it for 2 more months. And then on the Ides of March, March 16th, the judge could have an emergency. You got to remember, the judge also has a life outside the courtroom. He could have an emergency. Maybe who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe his child fell off a bicycle or something like that, and then he has to go to the hospital that day. And that day, all the hearings for that day will be canceled, and then you will have to wait until the next time the judge and the lawyer can talk about a court date. So you can be in lockup, in detention. Easily you could be there for 6, 8, 9 months, and you don't have a lawyer to fight for you. You really need to get to the next hearing and make a decision. So your options. Well, let's talk about your benefits. The benefits of you being in detention have been, you quit smoking, you quit coughing, you slowed down on vaping, because vaping is worse for you than smoking cigarettes. Way worse. Way worse. They know that vaping is worse. They knew it before they put it out. You're just smoking a fine misted oil. Vaping is way worse than smoking cigarettes. So, and they know that, but they're not going to stop that because they're making a fortune off vaping products. So, you stop smoking, you should stop vaping. You gain weight, your teeth are going to get removed. You said that they're going to remove your teeth, and then you'll be able to get some teeth where you'll be able to chew stuff. That'll be a good thing. Plus, it'll be more healthy for you. And I think at that point, I think JQ will make another round past your cell and take some more facial photos. And when you get those teeth removed and you get a nice set of dentures, like that guy in, did you see John Wick 4? Probably not, but you might have. John Wick 4, Winston got a pair of white dentures. They stand out like like the rocket's red glare at the bursting in air during the 4th of July celebration. He smiles, and his teeth, like it looks like an Ultra Bright commercial. You too could be like an Ultra Bright commercial when you get uppers and lowers. So you're going to get some teeth. You're going to be able to chew. You gain some weight. You stop smoking. You stop, well, drinking. You stop drinking, right? Right? You stop drinking. Stop acting like you're drunk online. You're not helping yourself, Barry. You're not helping yourself. Let me read the comments. Bantai Brawler. Free Barry. Sales of Mighty Whites down 40%. Company going broke. Hey, Steve, 25901. Hey, you have your finger on the pulse. I saw that Bantai Brawler. I was looking at the tobacco company in the Philippines. They are hurting. The Mighty Whites, they're hurting. Thank you for stopping by, Bantai Brawler. So, and Steve, ask Steve any question about any blogger about ice cubes. Ask Steve about the ice cubes. Ask him. Go ahead. That was one of the funniest comments I ever saw. It goes back a long time. But Steve knows everything there is to know about ice cubes. You ask Steve what that means, and he'll give you a summary of how many different things you can do with ice cubes. Not that he ever did anything like that, because I'm sure he never did anything like that. But Steve, I could tell you a story about a girl I knew that did some amazing things with ice cubes. God, I could tell you a story about that same girl. What she used to put in the freezer. I can't tell you that story it would have to be, I'd have to go straight to an R-rated video. I met a girl, me and Jimmy Kamada. His real name is Jimmy Kamada. We met a girl. Okay. She had this fetish. She used to like to put something in the freezer and then do things with it. Me and Jimmy laughed about that for freaking 20 years. We laughed about that. Are you serious? Yes, I like that. You really like that? Oh, yeah. And I'm going, Jimmy, you're the one. I'm going to go walk the dog. I came back, and they were right in the middle of the act. God, that was funny. So the freezer, but that girl could do some amazing things with ice cubes, too. That girl, she was an amazing girl. She was an amazing girl. Whew. But, I just went back to 1979 in my apartment on 95th Street in Howard Beach. That's how far back I just went. And with a vivid, accurate detail of opening and closing the freezer. And that girl, and after I walked the dog, I left. I couldn't. The fetish was too much for me. I come in the house and Jimmy was having at it. And he goes to me, after this, you got to drive her home. You drive her home. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning now. And I'm going, I'm not driving her home. You're the one that had your way. And he's going, no, you'll be the one. And he gave me $20, which was a lot of money at the time. He goes, I'm going to bed. So he went to bed, and I drove. I drove her pretty far. She lived out in Long Island somewhere, and I got out about. It was winter. It was freezing cold. There was snow on the ground and slush. I got about 20 miles out to Long Island, and she told me to drop her off at the candy store where she wanted money for cigarettes, and I gave her money for cigarettes, and then she left. She went into the store, but she never came back out. Who knows? Maybe she had a freezer in the store, in the back of the store. Smoke a cigarette down there. I saw that on a YouTube clip. I saw them smoking. I saw a girl with the ping pong balls. Yeah, that's some girls are very talented. Some of the talents that these girls have, they got nothing else to do all day except argue with people. Big Kevin. So let's talk about Barry. Barry for another minute. Barry, you are being noticed in your comments all over the internet. You're not helping yourself. I know it's hard for you to understand because you just don't have the mental capacity to understand, to stop. He told, the funny thing is, he explained to you 2 years ago, if you stop talking about me, I'll let you slide. He said those words. I clear as day. Clear as day, I heard that. Talking to you, Barry. He said, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And you, the video that Illuminati put up, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do this every day, and I'm going to do that. You did it every day, and he pursued it. Now, there's a lot of things about his pursuing that I don't agree with. He collected the money for the lawyers, and he pursued it. He said he was going to do that, and he did it. Now, there's no way out of this now. So making it worse. And now you have to depend. Now we're going to move over to Big Kevin and to my 14 notes. See this? 14 notes. Big Kevin said that your source of saviorism, your savior, who might be Big E, is not as dependable as you might think it is. Now, those are Big Kevin's words. Those are not my words. Because Big Kevin also collected $10,000 like yourself. Hit the thumbs up. Only 5 thumbs up. These people are really cheap with the thumbs up. Thanks, Lewis. Hey, Lewis, thanks for stopping by. So Big Kevin is telling you, Barry Jordan, without saying your name, that you should not rely on Big E. That's what Big Kevin said in his last live stream. Big Kevin said word for word, I'm not going to go. First of all, Big Kevin collected about $10,000 in the last few years to go see his children. When they were still living in the Philippines, he was collecting oodles and boodles and bundles of money to go see his children and to give his children. Well, his children moved to Australia, but he still collected money. Where that money went, he said he was sending it to his children, and that might be true, but I doubt it. I don't believe anything that he says, but it could be true. So Big Kevin collected about $10,000 to go to the Philippines, pay his way to the Philippines, give money to his children, and see his children. But his children moved to Australia. But he never made any plans to go to Australia. So what did Big Kevin do with all that money that he collected? Well, one thing he did was he toured the Panhandle for a month with your dime. On your dime, he toured the Panhandle of Florida. Whatever that means. We don't see any videos from him because he's not much of a blogger. He's a blobber, B-L-O-B-B-E-R, but he's not a blogger. Blogger. He's certainly a blob, but not a blogger. So he used some of that money to tour Florida. That money was slated to go to the Philippines. That money was given to him to go to the Philippines, not Florida. Now, so what happened to the rest of the money? Did he send it to his children? Maybe. Probably not. So then he also needed between $5,000 and $7,000 that Big E was going to pay for his immigration fees so he could go to the Philippines and stay there for a few months. But he never did that. He never. Big Kevin said that he doesn't know now if Big E paid the immigration fee bills. Well, I was talking to Louis Pagan-Ponce this morning, and him and I were discussing, don't you think that Big Kevin would know if Big E paid the immigration fees? Because there should be a paper trail for that. In other words, Big E pays the $5,000, whatever it is, to immigration. He gets a receipt saying all is forgiven, and then he gets paperwork saying that it's okay for Kevin to come back to the Philippines. But that's not what happened. What happened is Big Kevin said on his last show, or the show before, because I don't watch all of his shows, he said, I don't know if Big E paid my immigration fees. So for 2 years, Big E said he was going to pay the fees, and now Kevin is casting doubt on whether or not Big E paid the fees. Well, he either did or he didn't pay it. Louis would be the first one to tell you there should be a paper trail for that, because Louis is a paper type of guy. He's a paper tiger in the paper trail business. Louis does more paperwork than everybody on YouTube combined. He would know about this paper trail stuff. So somebody's lying, and I think it's Kevin. Because if Big E paid the fines, Big E, of course, would send Kevin a receipt that the fines were paid, so that when Kevin came to the Philippines, he would have a receipt to show that the fines were paid. So what Big Kevin, this is just one note. We have 13 more after this. 14 notes total. Big Kevin either has the paperwork that the fees have been paid or not. So now Big Kevin had to circumvent his story. So for 4 years, when you ask Big Kevin, when's he coming to the Philippines, standard answer is this time next year. That's like being in the bar at 4 o'clock in the morning and the other guy has the car and the car keys. And you say, let's go. I want to go home. I got to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, just one more drink. Just one more drink. That's what that's like, listening to Kevin say this time next year. It never happened. 4 years. Big Kevin said it 200 or 300 times. Every time someone asked him when he was coming back to the Philippines, he said around this time next year. But now, he's not coming to the Philippines anymore. Now he's going to Vietnam first. And the reason is because he doesn't know, still nonsense, if Big E paid the fine. So, if he comes directly from America, from Kentucky to Cebu, and he gets turned back, he has to go back the way he came from Kentucky. Immigration will make him buy a $2,000 plane ticket to go back. But if he goes to Vietnam first, then immigration will send him back to Vietnam. So his new MO is going to be to tour Vietnam for an indiscriminate, undetermined amount of time, and then try to go to the Philippines. What do you mean try to go to the Philippines? Either your fines were paid or they weren't paid. Which is it? All you have to do is ask your friend who said he paid the fines 2 years ago if he paid the fines. It's a simple yes or no. where's the paperwork? And then say, where's the paperwork? So that's one fraud that Big Kevin has posted as a complete fraud. He either paid the fines, Biggie either paid the fines and gave Kevin the paperwork, or Biggie didn't pay the fines. Big Kevin can't come, but he's still collecting money to go to the Philippines, which is a scam from the get-go. Now, Lewis is in the house. Steve. Lewis, 20 watching. 20 watching. We got a big 3 thumbs up. Thanks, Lewis. He's getting smarter, too. He has a book and is constantly going over his ABCs. His vocabulary is expanding. It's growed. That's Barry Jordan. Back to Barry Jordan. Barry Jordan's vocabulary has growed. G-R-O-A-D. When I growed up in Alabama, my brother and I both growed up in Alabama. My vocabulary has grown since then. I used to have a small vocabulary, but now my vocabulary has grown, says Louis Pagan-Ponce. Barry is learning his ABCs. Red Horse Adventures. Hey, buddy. Hey, I wanted to tell you, these glasses here, this is still the first pair. What, that going back into September, yeah? This is still the first pair of glasses. I have washed them, and I've used this cleaning cloth a couple of 100 times. I've cleaned with the cloth 2 or 3 times a day, 5 times a day. Washed them, soaked them in bleach and soapy water, and cleaned them with like a shirt cloth or my fingers. No hazing. No scratches from any cloth that I've used. No hazing of the glass because of the bleach. These glasses, way better quality than the ones from Readers.com. So these came from Amazon. Red Horse Adventure sent me reading glasses. And here's the number. Made in China. I don't know where they came from. Well, I don't know that there's no name per se. It just says reading glasses. They come with their own cases. I've never used a case ever. And I'm still on my first one. So it's an amazing thing. These are way better quality. Thank you. He also sent me magnesium, which I got to take. 2,000 milligram magnesium, 2 bottles to loosen up the help with a bowel movement, and they work. They work, believe me, because when I drink the lemon water, there's seeds in the lemon water, and you see the seeds. I eat the seeds too, because the seeds help fill up my stomach, because I don't eat that much food anymore. So I eat the seeds. And when you have those magnesium, 2,000 milligrams of magnesium, it loosens up your movement, right? Before, the movement was like a frozen waffle batter. While we're talking about Barry, let's talk about like a cold waffle batter, how it just sits there with no slump. Well, with these magnesium pills, 2,000 milligrams. Look at this. This is 2,000 milligrams of magnesium. Threonate, magnesium threonate. This loosens up the movement, and you can tell because now the seeds, when they come out, they bounce around off the walls of the commode. Some of them bounce right out and across the room because that magnesium loosens everything up, comes out like Evel Knievel out of a cannon. It's true. No, I wouldn't lie to you about that. So I'm going to take my pills now. Oh, that's cold. Yeah, those seeds, they hit the walls of the commode. Bing, bing, bing. You know what it reminds me of? That movie, Tommy, The Who, where he's flipping the flippers on the pinball machine. That's what those seeds come out like that. Bing, 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 bing. And some of them come right out and go right across the room. Thanks, Red Horse Adventure. Thanks for letting me share that with my friends. So, I wonder what tricks Barry is doing in jail. No, there's a lot of things that Barry is, and there's a lot of things that Barry is not. There's no way I would ever think that Barry turned the corner. No, Barry's as straight as you and me. That's for sure. There's no doubt that Barry is a straight guy. There's no way you're going to make me. I would never even think that. So I don't think. Now he might be giving gifts to the guards to go get him food. Now that's if you consider that a trick, but that's about as far as I think Barry would bend the rules. I don't, even the thing about the drinking. There's never seen a bottle of booze in there, so I don't even think he's drinking alcohol. I think that's just a story. Famous Freeman FAZIO. Freeman fittingly feats foolish fathead. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate Mr. Michael Thomas Fazio's insights. Press it 3 times if you dislike his opinion. Now that would be Scott is pulling the wool over your eyes. Like, unlike, and then like. That's the 3rd time, baby. Thanks, Scott. The glasses easily set your eyes off nicely as well. Win-win. He's making his own milk of magnesium. I got to tell you, boy, those bowel movements, every time, Red Horse, every time I have a bowel movement, every time, and those seeds bounce around in there like the pinball wizard, I think about you. Yep, every time. The bouncing calamansi seeds and Red Horse Adventure synonymous in my life, baby. So that's what Big Kevin has planned. He's going to take the money that you gave him to go to the Philippines. He already did the panhandle for a month, but he didn't show you any videos of what he did. Why? He's a blogger, right? Well, I don't know why. And then he's going to go to Vietnam with your money. And personally, I was in Vietnam. I didn't get to do much because I was sick from the day I got there to the day I left. I mean, sick where I could only walk 100 feet. I got COVID on the plane going to Vietnam. And I had 102 fever, 101.5, whatever it was. I was stopped at the airport to go back to the Philippines, and they took my temperature and they tested me. I had COVID. So COVID hit me hard. I wasn't able to walk 100 feet. I had to sit down or lean against the wall. So I didn't do anything in Vietnam. I did a few museums, and that's it. Now, what else there is to do there? I guess, Now, Philip is living there. Philip Janik is living there for $3 a day. So I doubt Kevin is going to live like, what did he say? It was a half hour from the city, 40 minutes. I doubt Kevin is going to live there. I don't see anything to do in Vietnam. Now, I didn't go out at night. I didn't go to any bars. I didn't go to any clubs. I don't do that. But in the whole time that I was there, the only girl that I had any contact with was the girls at the reception desk in the hotel I stayed with. And then a few people that I met at the museum. But they're not interested, not in me for sure, because I'm old, but they're not interested. The girls that I met during the day in Vietnam were not interested in foreigners in any way, shape, or form that I experienced. Maybe if you go out at night. So, but what is Kevin going to do anyway? He can't walk. He's never showed you him walking around on his new legs. He's never showed you what he looks like walking around the lake that he lost the weight. I don't know. I don't know that he lost enough weight for even Big E to buy him the plane ticket. He said he did. He said he was down to, what, 300, 285, something like that? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see him at 285. I see him well over 300. But that's just because you look bigger on camera. But either way, Kevin, what are you going to Vietnam for? That's your question, number one. Number two, he wants to go to Vietnam because if he gets turned back, if Big E didn't buy his immigration fee fines, he gets turned back to Vietnam, then he could go back to Kentucky. That's lie number one. He lies about whether or not Big E bought the immigration fees off, or lies about not knowing if Big E bought the immigration fees off. But either way, it's a lie. So he's either lying that he doesn't know if Big E bought the immigration fees, even though Big E said he bought the immigration fees, or he's lying that he knows and saying he doesn't know. There's a lie, number one. Number one, deception. Number two, what are you going to do when you go to Vietnam? What are you going to do when you go to Vietnam? There's nothing to do there. I did the only two things in Ho Chi Minh City. I did the Russian War Memorial, and I did the United States Vietnam War Memorial. And believe me, I only did that because I was there. But for me, I would never, ever say that to go to Vietnam, to go to see the American War Museum, if you were a veteran, thank you for your service, then that would hold a high place and a high worthiness to go see that, because that would be part of your history. But it would not be, and only thing that I enjoyed of that is I got to take the pictures of the airplanes because I'm a A&P jet mechanic. But if you're not a jet mechanic or a pilot or a Vietnam veteran at the Veterans War Museum, I personally think it's an excellent, excellent, excellent high-end museum, the Vietnam War Museum. It's definitely high-end. Everything is done. Everything is clean. It's a beautifully groomed area for tree-wise. They have what it would have looked like to have the mortar shells inside like a bambooed area. They have real bamboo growing there. It's a beautifully done museum, but to go there just to see that, if you're not a veteran or not interested in war memorabilia, there's nothing to do in Vietnam. To go there for food is cheap. I am so done with people talking about food and the price of food. I talk about the price of food at the market so you can buy food for your household or for yourself, but everywhere has hundreds of restaurants. That's what they've reduced us to. Going to a fancy restaurant is what people look forward to. That's not life. I don't spend my money looking for the best pizza. There's no good pizza in the Philippines. I don't spend my money going to a restaurant spending $15 for a bad tasting hamburger. I'll go out and buy my own meat and make my own burger. Or Lewis suggested liver and onions. I got that down on my list. But all of these people talking about the price of food in Vietnam, you can eat for $3 a day. Yeah, but it cost you $3,000 to get there. Why would you go to some place to eat cheap food? I don't see the benefit. I do see veterans of the Vietnam War or veterans in general to see the nostalgic planes in the Vietnam War Memorial. That is, if you are an aviation buff and you know what you're looking at, then that's a great place to visit. They have all the different types of mortars and shells that were used in the Vietnam Ho Chi Minh era. They have all the different size ordnance that they dropped in the jungles of Vietnam. And then there's movies about the Hellfire bombs, the ones that scatter a wall of fire for several hundred feet. It's a beautiful museum. But to go there to eat cheap food, Kevin, what interest? I did it because I had to leave the country and there was something to do there. I did it. But what interest does Big Kevin have in Vietnam? He couldn't even walk around the museum, let alone enjoy it. He knows nothing about airplanes. He knows nothing about military ordnance. He knows nothing about what a MiG-25 looks like or a MiG-21. He knows nothing about the Vietnam War. He's not even of that era. We used to watch it on TV as a child. And then I grew up watching it happen on the 6 o'clock news. But Kevin knows nothing about Vietnam. What are you going to Vietnam for, Kevin? You're not going there for women. So you're wasting your time and everybody's money. He's making his own milk magnesia, says Scott. Yeah, in the bowl, in the commode, milk of magnesia. Yeah, you can eat a sandwich. $1 sandwiches in Vietnam are delicious. But to go to Vietnam to eat cheap food, just think about this. $3,000 for airfare, and you're gonna spend your time looking for good cheap food. And the food in Vietnam is 100 times better than the Philippines. Food here in the Philippines is basically it's not a place where you get fine cuisine. Philippines food is not good food to me. I eat pork and salads, but to go into a restaurant in the Philippines, I don't do that anymore. I mean, if I do, I want a hamburger. And you can't get a good hamburger, or I want pizza. And I only know one place to get good pizza. But moving on, Kevin, what are you going to Vietnam for? That's question number 2. Now he said maybe he's not going to Vietnam until 2025. So now that's another year and plus. Why? You already collected the money. Well, I don't know if Big E paid my bill. So now it's going to be another year, and he's got a donor. Kevin has a donor. I forget the guy's name, but I'm going to tell you, that guy who gives Kevin $100, $50, $20, $100, $20, $200, that guy has an IQ smaller than my belt size, which I'm down to a 44. Thanks for asking. So that guy's IQ is less than my belt size. He has nothing at all to offer the Philippines genre. Nothing, except money. And Big Kevin is milking him dry. Oh, my friend gave me $100. Thanks a lot for supporting my... For what reason is he giving you money? So that you can abuse other people? You and that moron co-host that you have that can't remember anybody's name? He can't remember anybody's channel's name. He can't remember any facts about anybody. He can't remember anybody's girlfriend's name. He can't remember anything. So he makes up a story and goes, is that right? The guy's a moron. He's as dumb as Big Kevin. Or even less of an IQ, pumping the money into Big Kevin's channel. These are not brilliant people that Big Kevin associates himself with. They are not the top of the barrel. They are the bottom of the barrel. That his co-host has to be one of the most haphazard commenters on any show of any show ever. He gets everything wrong. He doesn't remember who Ren Zero is. He doesn't remember that Ren Zero had 2 boats that he said, but he never owned a boat. And then he quotes Ren Zero as owning a boat. And Ren Zero never owned a boat. I proved that. Ren Zero was a bologna and cheese artist from the get-go. He never owned a boat. He was never a licensed captain. He was never anything that had to do with the boat, except he sponsored boat trips and made a commission. And yet that co-host of Kevin says, oh yeah, Ren Zero, he owned a boat. I think he owned 2 boats. You're a fool, dude. You don't know the facts and you spout stuff out. And why do you do that? Because you're drunk. Half the time you're drunk and your mind is wet, W-E-T. And you can't remember facts and you don't care about facts. Now, getting back to the fool that donates hundreds of dollars to Big Kevin. What do you do that for? For what reason? What is he giving you in return? He's not giving you any information about the Philippines. He's not giving you any information about anything. You just give him money. He doesn't entertain you. He entertains you by demoralizing and degrading other people. You think that's funny? You're as dumb as he is for giving him money to do dumb stuff. And that other guy, he's even worse. And you're saying, what other guy is that? Michael McFarlane. Michael McFarlane can barely speak words. He sits there and smokes, chain smokes, and has trouble talking, let alone memories from videos and bloggers gone by. He has no recollection whatsoever of truthful facts from long time ago. It's almost as if his mind is like a sponge and whatever somebody says becomes the truth that day. That man, Michael, has a serious smoking problem. He smokes too many cigarettes and, in my opinion, drinks too much alcohol. He would do well to stop drinking alcohol and stop smoking cigarettes. You look foolish, to say the least. And you talking about me, you. Imagine that. Someone who's never made a video of the Philippines. Someone who's never shown us anything that you've ever done in life. Someone that says, I have enough money, I can drink all day and smoke as many cigarettes as I want. You could do that. How is that benefiting your life, Michael? How is that benefiting your family's life to smell all those cigarettes, the stench of the cigarettes in whatever room it is that you're smoking in? That is one of the most disgusting things, to walk into somebody's house, into their cigarette room where they smoke cigarettes. When I used to smoke, I never even smoked in my house in my whole life. I'd go outside or stand by the door. A couple of times I smoked in my office, but it was my office. No one came into my office. But even then, when I went to work the next morning, I come back in, or in the afternoon, it stinks. It's a disgusting, stinking habit. I met a woman that smokes cigarettes, and I can't put up with the smell. She let the smoke go in my eyes a couple of times. I said, "Oh, that's can you switch hands so the smoke goes away?" And she didn't do that. She didn't hear me because she was drinking. But that's the end of that. I mean, I don't even want to be around cigarettes. Now I know Daisy used to make me brush my teeth, and then she would make me brush my lips, and then she would make me gargle, and then she would kiss me. But before that, no, she didn't like kissing cigarette mouth, nicotine-stained lips. She didn't like that at all. And most women don't like that. I never went out with a woman that smoked a cigarette except Fabienne Badal. She was a smoker. She would smoke cigars or cigarettes. She would also entertain like nobody's business. But moving on. Michael McFarland, you smoke too many cigarettes, in my opinion. You drink too much alcohol. You're a co-host on Big Kevin's show, and you add nothing to the venue at all. Watching somebody fall asleep and slur their words, not know what they're saying, not remember facts, that is a sad contribution to the blogging community. Mazda 9 says, I only post on the most sophisticated YouTube channels. Well, thank you for coming to my channel. That's quite the compliment. Thank you, Mazda 9. Yeah, no, some people... Now, I don't post at all. Talking. If I left a comment, and then Big Kevin, what he does, he removes my comments. He removes them, or one of his wrenches removed my comments. Or somebody that's hidden on his channel that is a wrench removes my comments. But my comments don't even go through, so I have to make notes. I have to make notes. So now Big Kevin, number 4, is Big Kevin might come to the Philippines sometime in 2025. So he's going to usurp the funds that you people graciously gave him for the last 7 years. He's going to take another year's of funds away from the monies that he was supposed to give his children or come to the Philippines with. So he's pulling another scam. Scott Del Fuego says, not much sadder to be around a long-term alcoholic or addict. Steals one's soul. It does. It really does. You know, it's to the point now in my life where I was at a party over the holidays, and a person, I'm not going to say who it was, a person forgot that they had a cigarette lit and then reached down for the pack of cigarettes to light another one. I'm done here now. I mean, and they were repeating you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. And then repeating the same word phrase 2 or 3 times. I'm done. I'm leaving now. I worked in a bar. I know that mentality. They've lost cognitive ability. I'm going to leave now. There's nothing here for me, because if they remember that I left, why I left, that's good. And if they don't, that's more probable. And whether they remember or not remember why I left, I don't care. As soon as somebody starts slurring their words or forgetting that they told me something 60 seconds ago, I'm gone. Because it's not going to benefit you in any other way unless you're going to make a video about it. And I'm not going to do that. So Big Kevin doesn't know if he's blacklisted because Big E never told him if he paid the fines, but Big E said he paid the fines, but now no one knows if Big E paid the fines. Okay, now, whenever Kevin has nothing to say about anybody else, what does he talk about? He talks about the infection on my leg, the shack I live in, or Barry Jordan. Because that's his go-to. Or, of course, his favorite is, Frank, why don't you come up? Because he knows that draws a lot of views. Because Big Kevin, personally, himself, his show has nothing to offer. Without drama from everybody else, without criticizing and critiquing everybody else, he has nothing to offer anybody ever. What has Big Kevin offered to you in the way of content? He went out to dinner with Philip Janik. He went out to dinner with P.A. Trucker. That's it. In 8 years. That's it. 2 videos. He walked out to the bench in back of his house. He said he went to somebody's pool, but you don't see any video of it. He has nothing to offer people. His only thing to do to earn Super Chat is to belittle and besmirch other people's personas. That is why this video is taking place. Because he keeps talking about the infection on my leg as if that's a way to get Super Chat. And it is. People will go, yeah, Fazio's got an infection. You think that's funny, Kevin? Do I make fun of what happened to you? No, I don't do that. I could. Keep it up. Maybe somebody will. But you're talking about the infection on my leg. That's not my fault. I've been to God knows how many doctors and how much medicine I've taken, thousands of dollars worth of different medicine. It's clearing up now. But that still has to be a topic for you. 5 years of that garbage that you post on your channel. Let's talk about Fazio's infection. Really? That's all you got? That's all you got because you're worthless. You're a subhuman blogger. You're subhuman in oh so many ways. You've not earned a living in 10 years. You defrauded and defaced the Philippines government. For 10 years, you sat in a bar, your bar, or a pool hall, your pool hall, or an internet shop, your internet shop. For 10 years, you didn't pay immigration fees, $30 a month, but you could spend 10 times that on alcohol. You're a fool at best. And you talk about other people. I've never missed an immigration fee. I pay rent with the money that I saved in my lifetime. You don't even have that as a backup to say. Without people giving you money, you would be on the street. Without your aunt letting you live in her house under her grace, you would be on the street. And you have the nerve to talk about other people? You are completely worthless, in my opinion. And talk about me. Go ahead, keep it up. You've got nothing to offer the people in the Philippines. When you come back here, what are you going to do? You can't go back and visit your family, which is why you're not coming to the Philippines, because they don't want you here. You're going to Vietnam as an excuse not to go back and visit your family. They don't want you here. After what you did to them or what they believe you did to them, they don't want you in the Philippines. You don't have anything to show for your last 10 years of existence. You don't have a single video of a single thing that you did in the last 10 years. Nothing. Did you go kayaking? No. Did you walk around Kentucky? No. Did you walk around the lake? You live on a lake. You walk out to the chair and sit down on the bench because you can't walk around. Now that you lost the weight, did you do that? No. You still haven't shown us anything. You're a worthless, you're not a blogger. You're a destroyer of other people's reputations. Just a bologna and cheese sandwich on 315 pounds of bologna and cheese. None of your co-hosts can remember facts. You got that Ren Zero who recreates himself every 6 months. He did this, I did that. I'm this, I'm that. I'm this, I'm that. Who let his wife, before she was his wife, who let his wife co-host shows. I won't say what they were. And that's not a man. That's a cuck, dude. That's cucked. That's being cucked to the max. To let your girlfriend do the things that Ren Zero let his girlfriend do. You are a cuck. Ren Zero. My girlfriend, Ren Zero would drink too much alcohol while his girlfriend was entertaining people on YouTube. And he knew about it. You got that drunkard co-host, can't remember details, places, names, faces, or people's channels' names. Is always asked. Everything he says is more of a question than a statement. On one show, 2 shows ago, if you consider this content, for 35 minutes, 5 people talked about how much their different medicines cost and named the medicine. One guy, I think it was his co-host, said that he spends $6,000 a month for medicine. I'm not sure if it was his co-host. Another guy said he spent $5,000 a month for medicine. Ed Lippert said that the VA picks up several $1,000s worth of bills for medicine. And another guy was saying that he spends somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 a month for medicine. And Kevin was saying that he needs much, his medicine is being picked up by Social Security. So we learned that day that 5 people closest to Big Kevin are on medicine that cost the U.S. taxpayer $20,000 a month for their medicines. $5,000 from one guy, or 6. $5,000 from another, that's 11. I think Ed's medicine was $2,000 a month. That's 13. The other man was 4,000 or 5,000. That's 18,000. And plus Big Kevin's medicine, he didn't say what it was. So we learned that those 5 people that are on Big Kevin's panel and on the show that day for 35 minutes explained that the United States taxpayer is paying $20,000 a month for medicine to keep them in proper working order. Here, you want to see my medicine? Right here. Ibuprofen. Now, I took Moxiclave 625, and those pills are like $2 a pill. More. Yeah, no, just about $2 a pill. And I took that for over a year. So I spent $700 in a year for the medicine. These guys are spending $6,000 a month for medicine to keep them alive. That's what I learned about Big Kevin's friends. That his friends are all on some kind of psychosomatic or medical medicines costing 20,000 US dollars a month, 5 men. And God knows what that donator, what kind of medicine he's on, because that guy's got to be on psychosomatics. There's no way that guy stares into the camera and all you see is an empty soul. Oh, he likes to do this too. He goes like this. And he shows you where you can't even read the label. He shows you T-bone steaks, like a rack of T-bone steaks that cost $80. He don't talk about it. He don't tell you how much it costs. He doesn't show you the label. He just puts it like that. Because he's not smart enough to describe what he has in his hand as part of a show. The guy is out there somewhere in deep space. Well, we're up to number 12 because we did a few notes there. And then again, as soon as Kevin runs out of content, good morning. Mike Dowdy, Coffee House is in the house. The best medicine is no medicine, Sir Host. Well, I don't take the medicine, the coamoxiclav, and the ciprofloxacin has cured the infection on my leg. And one day you'll see that too. So keep talking, Kevin. The one thing that's never going to happen with you is you're never going to have even 30% cognitive ability. But keep talking about the infection on my leg, Kev. So this is the only medicine I take now, ibuprofen. That's it. And I take that. Why do I take that? The pain. There is still some residual pain in my leg from the infection. So if I don't take the medicine for 8 or 10 hours, I feel where the infection that's small now is. So I take it 2 pills. And also, if I'm going to walk a long distance, I take the ibuprofen because in 1990, I got hit by a truck. And the truck bent my leg, broke my leg backwards. The truck hit my knee and broke my leg backwards and ripped my knee apart. I had 2 operations, ACL replacement, and I had also, before that, I had an operation to reduce the swelling. And as an experimental, whatever they did, back in 1990, they didn't do it all at once. So I had 2 operations, and an ACL replacement is one of them. So my leg hurts from the knee pain. So I take these if I'm going to walk a long distance. But that's why I take them, not because of any infection. The infection, after 8 or 10 hours, I can feel that. When I lay down at night, I take 2. But if I'm going to do long walking and I'm going to go up and down steps, I need to take them to kill the pain. I have the strength to walk. I have the strength to go up and down the steps. But the pain is unbearable because the leg was completely garbage when for years I couldn't walk. So let's see who else is here. Mike Dowdy. Good morning, Michael. I think I spend $60, 3,000 pesos a month for my meds. It's a quarter of the price of what it costs in the U.S. Meds are cheap here. That's true. The medicine in the United States, I don't know what a coamoxiclav tablet is, but here we pay 85 pesos. That was 3 years ago. That's $2. And in the United States, someone said that's 1/5 of what they would cost in the United States. Okay, Mike says I take Gaba. Okay, I can't read that. Hold on, I can't read. I got lines on the screen, which is different than lines on the table. I take gabapentin. I got to wait. Hold on, Mike. Thanks for stopping by, Michael. Michael saw that my leg is clearing up. I sent him a video. And you're still making fun of it. So you think it's funny that I have an infection on my leg, right? Big Kevin? I think something that happened to you is funny, but I don't talk about it every day. But go ahead, mention my name again. Go ahead, mention my name again, Big Kevin. Go ahead, do it again. And then we'll go all in next time. You and your buddy. All right, hold on. My computer is froze up. Go ahead. Keep talking about the infection on my leg, Kevin. Go ahead, do it again. See what happens. I'm tired of you talking about that. Knowing that you're never coming back to the Philippines, too. That I get a big kick out of. You're never coming back here. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. And if you come back, what are you going to do when you come back here? Nothing works for you anymore. Anyway, we all know that. You've been offered many, many things and declined each time because nothing works on you anymore. The Komasikiyama broke. Fact that you can't walk 100 feet broke. The fact that you have nothing to offer broke. The fact that you're broke. I can't get to my chat now. Okay, here we go. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead. Say my name again. Go ahead. You and that other clown. Fred and George's buddy. Go ahead. Say my name again. I dare you. I take gabapentin for nerve damage in my leg. Let me take a look at what that is. Let's look that up. Let's look up gabapentin. Ah, come on. Boy, this computer I have, it's full. I loaded a bunch of videos for Christmas and I didn't dump them. So I'm having trouble. Hold on a minute. Damn. Okay, gabapentin. Leo from Frio. Is Barry still in the slammer? He's in detention. Okay, that we can get rid of that. And the coffee house. You have no subscribers. I really don't pay much attention to people that don't have subscribers. Coffee house, nothing personal. But I don't know who you are. So let's try to get this up on the screen. I give you a thumbs up. Okay, good. You gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. Thumbs up. Why don't you contribute to my channel? Considering it costs me $90 a month for electric and my internet, why don't you donate some jingle to the channel? Thumbs up. I could use 10 million thumbs up. You know what YouTube is doing to my numbers? They're destroying my numbers. My last live stream had 1,200 views at the end of the live stream. The next day, it had 1,000 views. The next day, it had 1,100. The next day, it had 1,200. And today, it has 1,115. They're giving me views, taking away my views, and all the advertisements for those 1,200 views, I earned 82 cents. for 1,200 views. You used to get $12 for 1,200 views. So Coffee House, I could do without the thumbs up. Send me $1. Come on, send me $1. Come on. You got $1? Now, I don't really care if you send me $1 or not, Coffee House, but you people are, it costs me $90 a month for electric and my internet. Okay, I use the electric for lights and cooking and everything like that, but I bring you guys shows and you don't compensate me at all, but you want your comments read. That's not fair. You want something, but you don't want to give anything back in return. There are time as a blogger, any blogger, all bloggers that blog, their time is worth money. But you people feel that my time is worth nothing. So that's good. Thank you. The side effects from oh yeah, okay, we were looking up that word. Okay, the side effects from that word is generic name, brand name, dosage, side effects. Let's look up side effects. Drowsiness, blurred vision, diarrhea. I hate when that happens. Trouble breathing, swelling, dizziness, anxiety, nausea, and aggressive behavior or other behavior problems. Wow, this anxiety, concentration problems, and change in school performance. Stools, chest, black tarry stools. I hate when that happens. What we used to call those black tarry stools is jack turds, because you drop one of them black tarry stools, it would hit the bottom of the toilet bowl, it would still be attached, and it would push you right up off the stool, off the bowl. I remember those clearly. Anxiety, concentration problems, change, depression, wow, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts or behavior, trouble sleeping. Mike Dowdy has none of these symptoms. I talk with him all the time. Yeah, that side effects may happen in more. The side effects only happen in 1 in 100 people, though. Common side effects: dry mouth, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, mood changes, swollen arms and legs, blurred vision, dry mouth, difficulty getting an erection. See, that guy pointed that one thing out. Weight gain, memory problems, headaches, getting more infections than usual. Well, we don't need that. So that would be something I wouldn't take. The ibuprofen works just fine for me. Yeah, Mike Dowdy is clear of mind. Mike Dowdy and I have been having conversations for a very long time. So let's go back to Big Kevin. Great business model. You have subcontractors doing your work. You won't tell them the rules. Pay what you feel like. Keep it all a secret. And they just keep making you money. Mike Dowdy says, it's hard on your liver and your stomach. Yeah, but I didn't have a problem with that, Mike. I never had any of the side effects of ibuprofen. Never had a stomach ache. Don't have an ulcer. Never got dizzy. Never had any of the side effects. I know that it's bad for your liver, but it was the only thing that stopped the pain, besides turning a bottle of rum upside down and downing that bad boy in a half an hour. That was the good old days. So, I haven't had a drink since last Christmas with Scott. We had a few drinks Christmas Eve. And then I had a half a glass of beer this year. That's all I had. But 4 years ago, the pain in my leg was such that I would drink a bottle of rum. And it would only take, I'd drink a half a bottle, fall down, go to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I'd wake up, go to the bathroom, and drink the other half and fall down and go to sleep. For the pain, because the ibuprofen didn't do anything for the pain then. So, now, Leo from Frio, you know darn well Barry's still in the slammer. You're all over the internet. You know that. That's okay that you asked the question. You want to change the topic. Let's Leo from Frio, maybe you have a channel. You can make videos and I'll post the links. Scott Del Fuego, it's an anticonvulsant med that is used off-label for nerve pain. Okay, thank you, Scott. So we'll go back to Big Kevin now. Big Kevin basically stole $10,000 in super chats and donations for things, for specific uses that the money never went to, or no proof has ever been shown. So when you guys donate to Big Kevin, just understand that he's never going to spend the money for the things that you say that you want him to do with it, or the things he says he's going to do with it. And he's never done anything for the Philippines blogging community ever. And your best friend and biggest donor has an IQ lower than my belt size. Talked about that. You don't know if someone paid your visa fines or not, even though they said they did. So either you're lying and they paid the visa fees and you're not coming here because you're going to steal them, abscond the money, or you're not, or you're lying saying you don't know. But one thing for sure, if Big E said he was going to pay your visa fees, it would be a simple thing. You talk to the man every day for years, and now you don't know if he paid your visa fees. There's a lie in there somewhere. Not only that, Big Kevin, his religious beliefs are an amazing. He's part of the Church of Mormons. And why do I call them the Church of Morons? I read the book by Joseph. I read Joseph's. You ever read the Book of Morons? Have you ever read the Book of Morons? I'm asking you people. Not only is it incomprehensible, but it's incoherent in and of itself. Joseph, he found some gold tablets in a rock. Nobody saw the gold tablets. The angel told them that the gold. Anyway, so next door to me in Florida, there was a family of morons. About, well, I could tell you, the grandmother, not the grandfather, no grandfather. The grandmother, the mother, and the father. The two sons, and the son, both sons' girlfriends. So there were 7 people that lived in the house next door to me. They were Mormons. They asked me to go to be a member because the Book of Morons, they want your money. They want you to donate large sums of money, more than the Catholic Church, way more. They want all. They want it all. So I'll tell you what, the grandmother didn't work. The father ran Key Largo Marine Service in back of the Holiday Inn. He was the head of the marina in general. And the marina was, you could haul like 75 to 80 foot boats and scrape them down and repower them, put props on them. It was a major, major job. A major amounts of knowledge had to go in to become the manager of the marina. The mother was the bookkeeper for the marina. Okay? You see where this is going, right? The father ran the marina. The mother was the bookkeeper. The one son was the purchasing agent for marine anti-fouling paint and the gas that supplied the gas dock and any supplies. There was over 50 people that worked at the marina, not a small marina. So any supplies that had to be bought for the marina, anti-fouling paint, tires for the forklifts, rentals that rent boat slips. It was a family-run operation. The whole family was in. One guy operated the gas dock. One guy operated the boat rentals. The mother operated. These are all morons. These are all Mormons. The mother operated the accounting office. The father operated the marina. The daughters had some jobs there. I don't know what their jobs were, but they worked in the facility as well. So they tried to get me to be a moron, and they gave me the Book of Morons, and that's what Kevin is. He believes in the Book of Morons. And the Book of Morons is for morons. There's no storyline. No, it doesn't make any sense at all. Right, they've been. Yeah, they're just it's a scam, the Book of Morons. Anyway, thank you, Mike. That I haven't. Yeah, that's another guy that he's friends with. So, Mike Dowdy. So one night I was in bed, and my bedroom, you could see the house that they lived in, the big house, the boathouse. 20% is what you're expected to give to the church, plus special collections for missionaries so they can ride bicycles around the Philippines knocking on doors. That's true. They have them here, but I don't talk to them. I just walk away. They just want your money, the Book of Morons. So one night, and maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it was middle of the night. All of a sudden, I hear sirens in my driveway. Well, the house next door. They came in and they arrested everybody but the grandmother for millions of dollars of bank fraud. Millions of dollars of bank fraud. Because they lived next door to me for 3 or 4 years, and they had run the marina before that. I don't know. I knew the big manager, Big John. And I worked for that Marine service. I worked for Gus for about a year. In 1999, the year 2000, maybe I worked for him. It was a long time ago. And they all got arrested for fraud, and they all lost their jobs that day. And then they moved out. I don't know what happened to them. But they were all criminals, and they were all defrauding the marina. And it turned out to be millions of dollars somehow. A boat would come in, and it would cost like $5,000 to put the boat on the lift. And the owner would pay cash, and they would abscond with that money. I don't know how. It was millions of dollars. The gas, they had a scam going. Okay, so when you have a junkyard, When cars come into the junkyard, when a car comes into the junkyard, the first thing they do is they drain the gas out of the cars. So now they can't, what they do is they put it in storage tanks in junkyards. Then that gas gets sold to somebody that wants to buy the gas, but they're not supposed to resell it. So let's say gas is $5 a gallon. They might sell that gas for 50 cents a gallon to a truck. Well, this guy who ran the marina next door was buying truckloads, 3,000 gallon, 6,000 gallon trucks of gas, putting it in the gas pumps at the marina, paying like 50 cents or $1 a gallon, whatever the discounted price was, and charging $5 a gallon for the gas. He was working the system. And I know other people that have done that. They buy gas for 50 cents a gallon, sell it for street rates, and they make money. But that he had every gimmick possible. The fraud that was going on, the overtime for the men, they were all getting an end. Mormon Marina. We float your boat, says Scott Del Fuego. So that's what I think about the Church of Morons. They're a bunch of criminals. And really, they're criminals. Why would you give 20% of your income to anybody, to any church? For what reason? You know, in the Bible itself, and I read the Bible more times than anybody on this show, for sure, it says, thou shalt not have false idols. False idol is everything is a false idol. The Vatican is what brainwashed you people to give you money, not the original doctrine. To have a cross on your neck is a false idol. To go to a church and pray to a wooden cross with Christ on it is a false idol. That's what it says in the Bible. Thou shalt have no idols. And when Moses came down from the mountain, the golden calf, crosses, whatever there was, are all false idols that were denounced by God, the Word of God. I see people every day. I see people on the jeepney go like this. Yesterday I saw the funniest lady. She had a hand up like this. And I'm going to myself, why does she hold her hand up like this? So we went past the church, and then she went like this. Then she put her hand back up, and there was another church down the road, and then she went like this. She was holding her hand up in preparation to do the sign of the cross when she passed the church. People have some strange beliefs. And the spaghetti monster in the sky is one of them. Is there a higher power? I believe there is. But you're certainly not going to... Remember, who said it? Jethro Tull, right? He's not the kind of God that you wind up on Sundays. From the Aqualung album. That's true. You're not going to find God in a wooden building or a concrete building, or a building where they ring bells. You can get on your hands and knees and pray to the powers that be without any guidance, and you don't have to give them 10 or 20%. But this woman, the whole way, all the way to Tagbilaran, held her hand up, and every time she saw a church. But that's not the funniest thing I saw yesterday. I saw a guy. That's right, Scott. Well, they didn't. I don't know how they did that. That's, and I never bought gas from that gas station. I bought gas from the Pilot House, and their gas was good gas. But he had a scam going with the gasoline. He had a scam going with everything. That guy when they got arrested, um, I don't know because they're inside the house, but they all got arrested. There was 40 police in the driveway when they got arrested. There was cars and cars and cars of squad cars and that went on until the wee hours of the morning. I went back to sleep. I looked outside. I looked at it. And that, I didn't really care because it had nothing to do with me. But then I found out later on what it was. I talked to the Big John. I think Big John still runs the Key Largo Marina. You'll never get to talk to him on the phone. If you want to call him up and ask him if he knows me, he knows me. So I believe in God the Father, Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. Yeah, there's probably a God that you can pray to that'll give you benefits. Probably is. But he's not inside those little buildings. So the funniest thing I saw yesterday was a guy. You ever hear those people that put black shoe polish in their hair to make it dark? Without my glasses on, I can't see my fingerprints. And at about 3 or 4 feet, I have 30% or 45% vision. But then at 10 feet, I could see a face. So at 3 or 4 feet away, 5 feet away, I can see a face, but I have to think about who it is. That's why I don't drive. So I'm looking at this guy, and he's got a black head. He's got black hair. Black, though. Black. And he's about 70 years old. And I'm looking at him going, there's no way that guy's hair could be that black. Plus, it's black like this. All the way down. And his sideburns are black. And then it goes around, and when he turned his head, his head is black. So I put my glasses on, and now I could see. He's got about, I don't know, in the front here like this, like a plug. Like Steven Seagal has some plugs. And he's got a plug about every half inch. And coming out of the hair plugs, he's got hair. He's got money. He's got gold up the yin-yang on his neck, big heavy-duty chain, and he's got some gold bracelets, like a wrist bracelet. And you could see he had a lot of money in gold on, and which doesn't bother me at all. But I mean, you could see he had money, but he was still on the jeepney with me sitting across. And we say hello to each other whenever we see each other. But yesterday his hair was black. He painted black. I would not take a picture of him either. He painted black. Somebody painted black all the way around and made it look like he had black hair, but he had no hair on the side of his head at all. From here over, it was bald. He just painted it black. I thought that was cute as all get out. And the plugs, well, like every half inch, but his whole head, they literally painted his head black. I never saw that before. I seen him before, but I never saw his hair black like that. That was funny, in a good funny way. All right, then, I'm going to go. I've been on here for 1 hour and 48 minutes. Thanks for stopping by. Kevin, you're the most worthless blogger on YouTube. You have nothing at all to offer anybody. You're not entertaining. Your sarcasm is getting old. 7 years, you've not had any content. You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. You don't have nothing that has to do with the Philippines, but you want to talk about the Philippines all the time. You're a worthless blogger. Your co-host is drunk to where he can't remember what he said, what was said, who said what, anybody's name, anybody's channel name. Everything that he says is more of a question. And that guy who gives you money has an IQ of less than my belt size, which is now 44 inches. Down from 44 and a half. And you're a worthless liar, scammer. You're a freaking scammer. You've scammed. And even Barry, at least Barry put content out. He would go. Barry made you look like a primeval content creator. Barry showed you that he went and bought a hamburger. He went to a waterfalls and he took a picture of the waterfalls, and he had a girl on there. You're a worthless human being, Kevin. You go ahead, keep talking about me. Watch what happens to you and your buddy. You are a trip, man. You have no right to talk about no. You've never contributed anything other than drama. Barry is entertaining like a monkey. That's right, Barry is a little entertaining, but not Kevin. Kevin is just a sarcastic lowlife, in my opinion. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Scott. Thank you, Louis Pagan Ponce. Thank you, the Coffee House, for not commenting anymore. Thank you, Brain Damage. Thank you, Leo from Frio. Thanks, Steve 25901 and Mazda 9. Only comments on the upper echelon of YouTube videos, which is a compliment to myself and the Bentalian Brawler. Thanks for stopping by, Bentalian Brawler. Yep, and the Boxing Kangaroo. Whoa, and several others. Thank you very much. You guys pushed it. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to entertain you more. I'm going to more entertain you. I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done on YouTube. That's what I'm going to do right now. And then you're going to like it. And you're going to push the thumbs up button, baby. Come on. Push the thumbs up. Let's go back to my channel content. Name a topic. Somebody on my live stream, name a topic. Well, I'm going to put down... a topic. And then you guys are going to get to pick a topic. I'm going to pick a topic. Let's see. I'm going to pick it. I have termites ate my $5,000 cherry mahogany roll-top desk. We have magic medicine, ciprofloxacin, which fixed my leg. Bohol, Philippines family vacation, 5-star hotel. Congratulations, Kevin and Barry. Oh, yeah. Let's go there. Let's go there. Termites did eat my roll-top desk. Let's go to the... I'm not happy about that at all. Let's find a place where we have me talking about John Blaze. How he's jealous. Let's see if this is it. Shout out to both of you from LaRue Seagrass. Thank you, LaRue. We'll get some of that money over on your channel. Here we go. Alcohol you lose fills up water into the helicopter. I'm not sure how many thousands of gallons. Are you ready to go? You know how YouTube is screwing me this month? They're putting commercials on my channel, and they're not paying me for the commercials they're putting on my videos. That's true. Barry Jordan. And then we have another blue from Lewis to make you even more jealous from Lewis. I gotta find vodka. So that's... Oh, yeah, here it is. 50, here it is. Up with 10 grand for a chicken coop. I saw the chicken that you put up. You are one. Yeah, this is it. sending that video to me. I won't share it.
There we go,
with
baby.
anybody.
Listen to this.
But thank you for that, and I'm glad that we got to say hello to each other. And I saw your offer. Thank you, but I don't need anything. So when you
Mike Dowdy,
when you go, have a nice time. So let's talk about Big Kevin. Big Kevin. Let's just start off with Big Kevin channel. If there are certain things that you do in life, alcohol, for instance, for each shot of alcohol.
Oh, yeah. I was going in. I forgot what I was saying. I was going to say, for every shot of alcohol that a person consumes, right? So it says, I think you lose 3,000 brain cells. And the same is true for each minute that you watch a Big Kevin video. For each minute you watch of a Big Kevin video, you lose 3,000 brain cells. That's true. Do you know that after watching a 3-hour show of Big Kevin, I felt stupid? I didn't learn anything. Nothing about the Philippines. Nothing positive. Only the negative. I learned nothing about blogging. I learned about the cost of medicine. That some people are spending $5,000 a month, and if it wasn't for Social Security picking up the bill, they'd all be dead. That's what I learned. And that was sad. But I didn't learn anything positive. So drinking shots of alcohol kills 3,000 brain cells for each shot. And in my opinion, watching Big Kevin videos also destroys 3,000 brain cells each and every minute. Let's go back to my videotape.
I forgot how many brain cells it kills, each shot of alcohol.
Guapo.
So I think it was 3,000 brain cells for each shot of alcohol consumed. And that's an alcohol either in beer, whatever, in bread. When I think of John Blaze, I think of prime ribs. I think of beef on the hoof, getting ready to be put into the freezer. When I think of John Blaze, I think of 5-star foods. When I think of John Blaze, I think a man's man with a man's occupation and an intelligent man all around. John Blaze is in the house. Thanks for stopping by, John Blaze. I haven't seen you in quite a while. And the last video that you put up, you are one sarcastic dude, John Blaze. If I didn't know better, I would say you're a borderline narcissist. That would be, if I didn't know you better, knowing that you have pretty much a sense of humor, and you have, and it's kind of like borderline arrogance and borderline sense of humor and borderline narcissistic personality disorder, NPD type 3, but not quite. But you're getting there. It's not there yet. But you have potential. you could be a contender for psychopathic borderline NP3D personality disorder. You have the potential. There's no doubt about that. John Blaze, 5 stars all the way. I think about $5,000 wooden stoves with water heaters in them. I think about $65,000 Bobcats. I think of $70,000 side-out camper vans. I think John Blaze is probably, I think he's rich, to be honest with you.
He's a trust fund baby.
John Blaze is What are they? Not a welfare baby? Because you're certainly not a welfare. You earn your money. What do they call that? A psychological baby? The ones where you, trust fund. I think John Blaze is a trust fund baby. Because he's got too much stuff going for him. He's got property deep in southern Alabama. He's got large swaths of land. I think he's a trust fund baby because I thought about this. A thumbs up. John Blaze says thumbs up. Yeah, let's try to get some thumbs up. Do I have any of those? I only got 3 thumbs up. Come on, I got to make 4. Come on, thumbs up, baby. I think of John Blaze as a trust fund baby because you got to look at John Blaze, right? Look at him. He makes Big Kevin, look like a pauper. He makes Barry Jordan look like a pauper. Even though Big Kevin and Barry Jordan have collected $10,000 US each in the last 2 years. John Blaze spent $10,000 US on a chicken coop. That's got to be trust fund money. It's got to be. Somebody in his family is pumping those dollars into his bank account. Got to be like that. Got to be. Nobody comes up with 10 grand for a chicken coop. I saw the chicken coop. He put the video public. $10,000 US for a chicken coop. Do you realize what you can buy for $10,000? You can buy. Okay, so that's one where John Blaze definitely borderline psychopath. There's no doubt about that. Oh God, he's right there. He's right there. He's very, very obnoxious and very, very opinionated. Oh God, he's opinionated. Oh yeah, and calling the great Barry Jordan roach. That's just plain mean. That's mean. He's a mean man. So let's go back. We'll find another. That's just one of my live streams, but I wanted to let you know that I'm an equal opportunity person. So let's go back over here. We're done with that. We'll go over here. We have to go to content. Back over this way. What do you guys pick a topic, any topic, and I'll put it in the search engine for you guys. Let's look up Alona Beach. Oh, I can't do that. I have videos of Alona Beach. But let's see what we got here. Pick a topic. Put the topic in. Dennis Adam. Hey, Dennis. Dennis Adam is doing barbecue. For those of you in the world of cold, COAL, and where if you live in a cold environment and you burn coal or wood in a wood burning or a coal burning stove, Dennis Adam has a channel that he burns coal, athramic coal, athramic coal, the kind of coal that you burn in a coal stove, and he knows all about how to stoke it and load it and store it and keep it going for the longest time with, so you don't have to get up 3 times in the middle of the night. You just have to get up once. So if you guys want to know about coal, burn anthramites, coal, if you guys want to know about coal, okay, you want to go see Dennis Adams' channel. Maybe we could get Dennis Adams' channel up there on the screen. Let me put a topic in. Let's look up boats. BOATS. See, I'm the only person on YouTube that has. I have on this channel public 800 videos, and
Nobody else has 800 videos on there. And if they do, it's just 2 or 3 minute video. Worthless 2 or 3 minute videos. Does anybody else on YouTube in the Philippines have any drone videos that they show? No. Can you guys do this? I'll do. I don't know why that popped up like that. Let's take a look at that. Do you guys have drone videos? No, you have nothing on YouTube. Nothing. You talk like I'm talking now, but I have thousands. I have 8,000 public videos on my 2 channels. None of you can say that. So let's go here. Here's a drone video. Do you have a drone? Even if you have a drone, do you know how to work the drone? Oh, wait a second. We got to start that again. Whoa! Look at the size of that guy. He's getting smaller every day. That's after losing 67 pounds. Imagine what he looked like before he lost all that weight. So this is the beach that I live on. We are less than 200 feet from my house on this beach. So this is where I live. Where do you live? We have people commenting with no videos, no content, nothing they've ever done, no cars that they've ever owned, no houses, no backyards, no lawn equipment, no nothing. John Blaze, you guys make fun of John Blaze, the narcissistic personality prick that he is. You make fun of him, but he's got pictures of his tractor, of his bobcat, of his truck, of his camper van, of his house, of his stove, of his kitchen gas stove, of his wood stove, of his house, of his property, of his farm tractors, of his barn. He's got pictures of all that stuff up. You people have pictures of nothing on your channel, nothing at all. And I find that disgusting and demoralizing that you think you have the right to talk about us who are video content creators. There we go. Let's go through the boat. Now, for those of you who just come in, I'm standing 150 feet away from where I live. And you could see that where I live right here. The building in the background over here, I live right next door. And this is the beach that I live on. And I'm flying a DJI Air, A-I-R, Air 2, the number 2, S as in Sierra. And I'm using an iPhone 13 to control it. Where I live, and on most beaches in the Philippines, people are either doing repairs of boats. This is a boat repair that they kept the framework and just reskinned it. Like here, it's all being reskinned. This brown area here. And they put a new motor in here. They put a new cabin area. They built it. They kept the frame. They threw the rest of the boat out. And this is what they do right behind my house. This boat has already been rebuilt. This was down to the waterline, down to the framework, including the bottom. They put a new bottom and they built the whole boat. They just leave the frame. And this one also. These are all owned pretty much by the same dive shop up the block. Anyway, that's just one of the videos that I made. I made this a while ago, but that's the beach where I live. So you people, you come on here like when I talk about Big Kevin having no content. When have you ever seen Big Kevin do anything except sit on his chair and talk about other people? That is not content. Some people walk around. That's content, walking around. Some people walk through a mall, believe it or not. For some people, walking through a mall has value. Not for me. I go into a mall 2 or 3 times a month. Rarely do I make a video of a mall. But to some other people that have never been in a mall, that's good content, mall content. What does it look like inside a mall? Do you know that most of the people in the Philippines have never been inside a mall? Did you know that? Do you know that most of the people in the Philippines will never, from birth till death, fly on a plane, ever? They'll never be on a plane? When I brought Daisy here in May, April and May, her sister had never been on a plane. I think she was on a plane once, and that was when she was little. So as an adult, her sister was never on a plane. Well, she enjoyed the trip, and it was an experience. But most Filipinos will never be on a plane. I have a landlord lady, Nanai, you know Nanai. She's never been, well,
I took her to the city when I rented the property 5 years ago, 5 years and a few months now. And she had not been in the city for many, many years. But there was also one of the children had never been in the city up until that time. And some of the people that we went with, their boyfriends or girlfriends of the people that came for the trip, they made an outing out of it on my dime. I rented a van, and there were probably 12 of us, but only 5 had to sign the contract. Some of them had never been to the city. There's people that live on my block that have never been to Tagbilaran City, 20 kilometers away. You people that live in America, we've traveled all over the United States, or, you have people, it's normal for people to take a plane and a train for a middle class. They don't have any of that here. So looking at the inside of a mall might be good content for them. Look at that. Look at all those stores. Now, I come from New York City, so it's pretty hard to impress me. Where I come from, you put a stick down in the middle of the heart of New York City and take a radius of a 10-mile radius around the heart of New York City. There's 9,000 pizzerias. There's 9,000 businesses that sell pizza in a 10-mile radius from the heart of Manhattan. 9,000 pizzerias. And almost as many Chinese takeout places. Museums, hundreds. But here in the Philippines, people live in the province their entire life. They've never been on an airplane. They've never been to a city like Cebu or Manila. People that live on this block have never been to the city of Tagbilaran. Many people, not a few, many people have never been to the city, only 20 miles away. So, but Kevin has no content at all, nothing. Now that's drone video. Now I have drone videos from all over the island. And you could look that up on my drone playlist. But you people, you compare Big Kevin, what he does. He's not a blogger, but people send him money because he talks about drama. He's a worthless blogger, no content blogger. Barry at least is funny. Big Kevin isn't even funny. He's just sarcastic. Scott says, Michael Fazio is an equal opportunity. He doesn't just bust balls with his friends, though, more than 10 or 11 times a minute. That's true. And I owe you one, Scott, for what you did yesterday. Yeah, I owe you one. But you're not feeling well, so I'll let you go. But I got an idea. So Scott likes to break balls too, but he does it indirectly. He'll say, he knows I've eaten the same food for 100 days. So he'll say, what are you going to have for lunch today? Well, I'm going to have pork and Chinese cabbage. And then, what did you have for dinner last night? Pork and Chinese cabbage. What are you going to have for breakfast tomorrow morning? Pork and Chinese cabbage. What did you buy when you went to the food store? Pork and Chinese cabbage. He likes to rub that in, that I eat a lot of pork and Chinese. But I'm losing weight. I did lose a lot of weight. Down about 70 pounds now. So, Big Kevin, again, you're a useless, worthless blogger. Mention my infection on my leg again, and I promise I will go all in next time. And I might even extend that out to the parameter of some of your friends. You are a piece of garbage, Kevin. Real piece of work you are. Where is this? Okay, let's go back to content. Let's look up. We have boats, termites. Okay, we got that. We did that. Let's look up boats. Let's look up building. Boat building. Boat building. I know I have boat building videos here, but it might be on my other channel. Okay. Show 48 boats channels. Okay, so. You want to see a nice boat that you could go to in Florida? This boat still is in back of the Amore Dive Center. This is content. This is what Kevin lacks. Barry, we understand Barry does, but Kevin thinks he's a blogger. Let's take a look at this really cool video. This boat is $1 million boat. 1 million US dollars. Well, this boat new now would be about 600,000. Let's take a look. Hello, LaRue. Thank you for stopping by.
It's a guiding light, you know?
That's my boat in America. That's a Formula SR 311 Ocean Racer with two 454 cubic inch engines in it, 365 horsepower each engine, naturally aspirated, 730 horsepower, goes 63 miles an hour. Do you have content like that, Big Kevin? No, you don't, because you're a worthless content creator. Good Friday. That was the name of the boat because I bought it on Good Friday, and it got delivered that week. So now we're going to go out on another boat. Now, this boat new, and I did not buy it new, but this boat new, an SR 311, has a value at that time new of about 130,000 US dollars. I don't know what they would cost now. We could look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look up new Formula FORMU Formula. Let's look, Formula. Come on. Why won't it go? Formula SR 311 twin .454s. Enter. Now these are used. Oh, okay. This is my video, but I'm trying to find something that's new. At the time, this is the same boat but a different owner. This is before. It's the same boat. I'm trying to find out the price. Formula SR 311 power boats for sale, 450 horse, 550. This is the boat. Powerhouse listing used. Now this is used, and they're still selling for $30,000, which I paid a little bit more than that for it. That's the 1989. That's what I had, a 1989 SR 311, SR1, a 311 SR1. I get confused, but anyway, but a new boat, new Ocean Racers. So do you have content like this? Anybody have content like that? No, they don't. And Kevin, you have any content of anything you've ever owned, Kevin? Anything that you've ever owned. Let's forget about
owning an ocean racer, anything that you've ever owned, anything. You have a picture of an internet shop, but we don't know that you own that. We have a picture of a pool table, but we don't know that you own that. Here is content. This is content. This is the difference between me and Kevin. And you have the nerve to talk about me, you worthless blogger. Okay? This is Captain's Day. Every man and most of the women on this boat are actual, literal Coast Guard approved boat captains, including myself.
Hi, Mike FAZIO. Okay, that would be,
And we're outside the cut. We're going to go to the cut now. And this is the cut that goes through from the Gulf of Mexico to the Florida Keys, to the Atlantic Ocean. We're going in here. Let me show you the boat. Can I show you this? I can't show you the boat because I'm on the boat. But this is a $600,000 dive boat. But Kevin, do you have pictures of $600,000 dive boats that you were on? You have any pictures of you? Are you a scuba diver, Kevin? Can you even swim? Have you ever been in the lake behind your house? And you talk about me, you are in for a rude awakening the next time I hear my name on your channel. Okay, we're going to go through the cut. Now we're going to look at $2 and $3 and $4 million houses.
Friday. Hello. Come here, Friday. Hello. See this little girl here? This little girl's the hardest working young lady in America. And there's her mom over there, Cindy. I don't know how she did it, but she trained that girl. That girl could use a rake like a man. Works harder than most of the men I ever worked with. And this is the coral walls that they cut with the big machinery. And this is the Marvin. Yeah. He built that from scratch. Good for him. I used to work for that fella.
And then he built that boat.
He built all three of these houses too.
Smart guy.
I worked with him for about 3 months on his fishing boat. Man,
Starving Marvin. What a hard-working man Marvin was. Also, he got that money from finding things out in the middle of the ocean. That's true.
He's a freaking animal. He
worked hard, but he found a lot of stuff floating around in the Florida Keys at one time.
Works. He could work like twice as hard as me, and that's hard.
So all of a sudden, he went from being broke to being a multi-millionaire. He did it with real estate, but he found stuff all over the Florida Keys. You only have to find stuff one time, and he found stuff. He made a fortune finding shit out floating in the ocean in the Florida Keys, he did. Anyway,
this Marvin.
Everybody.
Hey! How you doing, Tim?
This is the kind of stuff that you can't explain to the Philippines people, where you lived, what you did. You can't explain it to them. They wouldn't understand owning a boat, gas stocks. They don't have gas stocks. They don't have houses on the water here with boat cuts and lifts and stuff like that. This country is still back in the late 40s when it comes to marine houses being built on the water here, non-existent. They don't have boat docks. They don't have boat lifts. I've never seen a boat lift in the Philippines. And here, every house has a boat lift that costs $80,000 to $100,000. Even to see a boat in the Philippines with an outboard motor on it
was unheard of until 4 years ago. In the first 6 years that I lived right here on this property next to the beach, there was one boat at the Bellevue Hotel with an outboard motor, and one boat for the another dive shop with an outboard motor. There were two boats out of the 30 or 40 boats that were on the ocean. And now there's 200 boats behind my house out here, and only 5 boats with outboard motors. The rest of them have, most of them are pump boats. There's a few inboard boats, but they don't dock here. They don't live here. They don't stay here. They're on vacation. But you rarely will you see a boat out in the bay behind my house or the ocean behind my house. Rarely will you see a boat with an outboard motor on it. They just don't have them here. The motor, an outboard motor, a big outboard motor, costs $60,000 to $85,000. This boat here, owned by, what a piece of work this guy was. It's a sad story, this house. See this beautiful house? It's right on the point of the cut. Bill Cullen, Cullen. You could look that up. Bill Cullen. His brother was a lawyer that did work for me. Thief. They were both thieves. But this guy, Bill, was real estate. Bill Cullen, his wife was a real estate agent. He was a real estate agent. He bought this property back in the 90s. The head of the canal. This video was taken in 2005, 6, like that. So from the 90s, for 25 years, he built, it took him to build this house. He was living in it, but it wasn't finished. 25 years. He was living in it towards the end. And after this video was made, the house had some more work done to it. And he moves into the house permanently in like around 2007 and dies 2 weeks later in the house. So he worked building this house for 25 years. It's a spectacular property. God, the property, and it's the most beautiful view in all of Key Largo on the bay/ocean. And it's just the most amazing house. I've been in the house because I knew Bill. He was one of my landlord's brother-in-laws. So, and this is the view from behind this house. This is the Florida Bay, they call this. But Bill, 25 years he built that house. 25 years he spent building that house, moves into it, and 2 weeks later he dies of a heart attack. It's like a 5,000 square foot house. It's almost as big as the house that was next door to me in the Florida Keys. The house next door to me was 4,800 square feet. I think this one might have been bigger. I think this was 5,000 square feet. Yeah, so, but yeah, Kevin, where's your content? Go ahead, Kevin. Keep mentioning the infection on my leg. Go ahead, say it just one more time. Say it as a joke, Kevin. Say it as a joke. Worthless blogger. You call yourself a blogger. You're a lot of things, but a blogger you're not. And this is what diving looks like on a proper dive boat in the Florida Keys. And you can go on this boat for $65 for 2 dives in the morning or 2 dives in the afternoon. And this is the owner of the boat, Captain Justin. And he passed away at the age of 53, I think. He was big into drinking alcohol.
He was my best friend in the Florida Keys, too. He was a good man. He would take me diving on this boat. He had another boat called Just in Time, and they had a third boat at the dive center. He would take me diving to do the Spiegel Grove. That's where we're going now, for free every week. And his mom lived in the basement of my house. So I have a lot of good memories with Justin. He was a good friend. Justin Minicino. So this is what it looks like diving on a real, not a pump boat. This boat has its own freshwater system, freshwater shower. They give you an orange and a bag of potato chips before each dive. There's big screen TV, huge sound system, $5,000 sound system, radar, video. If you have a thumb drive, you can play your videos, or a CD card, you can play your videos on the big screen TV. This is a proper dive boat. Kevin, show us some of your content, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Friday. I remember that dog. So anyway, now we're going through what's called this is the mangrove. This is 3 miles of sanctuary. And in this sanctuary, you'll see thousands and thousands of pelicans and flamingos during flamingo season. Crocodiles, once in a while, you'll see a crocodile, but you do not swim in this area at all, ever. You don't go skiing in here, because, well, you can't because of the restriction on speed now, but you used to be able to go water skiing in there. You don't go water skiing in there, and you don't go swimming in there because there's crocodiles that are 12, 13, 14, 15 feet long, crocodiles. No joke, crocodiles. Ones that will eat you for sure. So, Kevin, show us something that you've done, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Show us something that you've done. Show us any video, any place you've ever been, ever. Hey, LaRue, that boat looks nice. 18 likes, my friend. Thank you, LaRue. I got to come over to your channel and share the wealth, but I wasn't around yesterday to do that. And then I saw you on at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not coming on YouTube at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to have to send you, I have to send you, are you on Facebook with me? I really don't want to send you a super chat. I'd rather send you a Western Union or a PayPal. This way, because somebody already paid 30% to YouTube to send it to me, and I don't want to give 30% more to send it to you. I'd rather just send you the money cash, and I don't care. I don't have to see my name on your screen. Are you on Facebook? That was the question. So I have to look. I could look. Hold on a minute. I'll look, because you're not answering me. You have a bad habit of that. Okay, so, but you're embarrassed to answer me. I know that. I'll find you. All right, so let's look up LaRue. LaRue. L-A-R-U. There you are. Okay, I'm going to send you a message.
Send me your details so I can send you some money. Okay, LaRue? I don't really want to turn the screen around. Yeah, I just sent you the message in Messenger. Oh, don't do that. Okay, then we're going to end this live stream. You could send it to me later if you get a chance. Oh, look. Look at this. This is a picture of health right here. Look at this. Barry Jordan, a picture, a GQ picture of health. Look at this. Tell me he can't get on the cover of GQ. He's halfway there. Oh, yeah, look at this. There was one picture, special picture of Barry that if he continues to gain weight and his cheeks fill out the way these pictures are, he'll be on the cover of GQ in no time at all. My computer is froze up. What a piece of junk this is. What a piece of junk. Look at this. Okay. Where did it go? Wow, it disappeared. I had a great picture. It's gone. Yeah, here's one. Look at this. You tell me this guy. You tell me that that's not a GQ, a Barry Jordan GQ cover? Come on. That's GQ Barry Jordan all the way, baby. Look at that. He's starting to grow hair. His cheeks are starting to bloom out a little bit. He's getting there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. It's almost 3 hours now, and you know how some of my subscribers get. They get a little antsy when they have to watch those 3-hour videos, especially now. Big Kevin. I'm telling you, Big Kevin, the next time you mention the infection on my leg, we're going to do something that you are probably not going to be happy about. Until you can show content. Other people that have content, they make a joke out of some stuff. Sometimes they're serious. At least they're content creators. But you're a big zero, in my opinion. You've never contributed anything. And as far as humor or even proper sarcasm, you're just a useless blogger usurping people's funds that never do the funds go where they're supposed to go. $10,000 you collected to go see your children, to give your children. You've never proven a couple of receipts for Western Union. Out of 10,000, you may have showed $800 or $900 in receipts. The rest of it went to buying worthless toys that have no value the day after you buy them. Green screens, lapel microphones, cameras that you don't use, waterproof cameras that you've never been outside in the rain with. You're a useless blogger. Mention the infection on my leg again, and you're going to be the highlight of my next video. Go ahead, do it. You worthless piece of garbage. Your co-host, your drunken co-host, your drunken friend Michael that can't talk, he gets so drunk, and all of the other people that go on there and fan the flames. That's why you're all blocked on my channel. I'm being Permy from the Philippines,
from the only blogger in the Philippines that has any real content, Michael Thomas FAZIO, in the Philippines, baby. Scott, I'll thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Scott, I think I'm going to call you. Bye-bye. I'm Ping Permy, which of course means take care always. That's right.